everything in this world, we understand it by what we can measure it by. We understand how fast we're going in our cars because we know that the speedometer says 85 miles an hour. A few years ago, I had a chance to go to Italy, and when I was there, they do things in kilometers. And so the guy he was late, we were late getting to the airport, he was going 150. And I got a little nervous because it felt like we were going fast. And I said, well, it's in kilometers, and I'm not sure exactly how fast it is. So I said, just be at peace, it's probably not that fast at all. And then I took out my cell phone, I calculated, I said, that's 93 miles an hour. But you have to have a reference point. You have to be able to measure it against something. We know, and I've learned the last couple of weeks as we're looking at expanding and going into this new facility, this new church, and I've learned now that these ceiling panels are 4 feet long and 2 feet wide. And I can measure room just by looking down at the ceiling panels because I can reference. I don't need a tape measure. I can look at the ceiling panels and tell you how wide or how long a room is because it's a reference point. I can measure a room by what I know about the things in the room. Everything that we know, we have a reference for. If you want to know how you feel a certain way measured against what happened, against how you expect to feel. I expected that at this point in my life, I'd be further along down the road, and because I'm not, I'm sad. I'm not content because I thought things would go one way and they went another way, and I'm measuring against what I expected, and because I expected left and I went right, I'm not happy. We measure, we understand everything based on the reference point. But Paul wants us to know this morning that God can't be measured.
All right.
That the greatness, that's the mega, the size of God's power, there is no reference point. There is no measure to which we can sit God's power against. And Paul wants us to know, he says that the power of God is this greatness, it's immeasurable. The word immeasurable means to throw against a mark, or to measure means to throw against a mark. It needs a reference point. But the immeasurableness of God's greatness is that it exceeds, it overthrows the measurement. Whatever you want to measure God by, if you measure him by money, he overthrows that. He's overshooting that. He's higher, far, much greater than that. If we measure ourselves by our income, we're limiting our understanding of who God is and what God is able to do. I remember a few